Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kristen, and for today's video I am showing you a super easy contour routine. It's pretty much what I do on a daily basis. I don't use a lot of colors, I make it super simple, and it makes a really big difference. So if you'd like to see how I got this contour look, go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so the first step in contouring is to make sure that you have moisturized and primed your face and have put on a good foundation. If you happen to need help finding a good foundation, I actually just did a comparison video last week on different foundations, so I'll go ahead and link that below. So once you have a good foundation, we can start moving forward with contouring. For me, I used the Too Faced Born This Way foundation today, so I already have that on my face. And I have my eyes and my eyebrows done. So really what I'm going to be focusing on today is just highlighting and contouring my face. And as you'll see, it makes a really big difference. Right now, everything on my face is just one color, kind of like one dimension. With contouring, that's really the point, is to kind of bring out a little bit more dimension in your face. It's not so much about bronzing your face, but although it does make your face look more tan, contouring really focuses on giving your face dimension. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I am going to just use a beauty blender and I'm going to start concealing my under eyes. And I am using the Tarte Shape Tape in the color Light Sand. So for me, I like to use a really light color when I conceal under my eyes. You kind of just have to play with the colors and see what works best for you and what you like. So I'm just gonna put a little bit under my eyes, and I don't like to do a full-on triangle under my eyes because I feel like that's just too much product, and a little bit goes a long way with this product. So I'm just going to start out in tapping motions to make sure that the product goes right under my eye where I want it, and then I'm just going to start blending out a little bit. And any excess that I have on my sponge, I just put on my forehead area and my nose. I don't like to add extra product on there. But again, you can do what feels best for you, kind of just play around with it. So first, I just used tapping motions to make sure that the product got under my eye, and then I started blending out toward my hairline, just like that. Now, once that's done, we have to set the concealer. So pretty much anytime you put any kind of cream product on your face, you want to make sure that you set it because it is going to kind of crease throughout the day. So for that, I am going to use, where is it? The Laura Mercier setting powder. And I'm going to use my same beauty sponge and just add a little bit of product. I don't put too much on. And then again, tapping motions just right exactly where I put the concealer. And this is going to really help set the concealer to make sure it doesn't move, it doesn't crease, and to give you a nice flawless matte finish. Okay, so the concealer really helps to not only hide if you have dark circles or anything like that, but to really kind of just brighten up your eyes. So if you're looking tired, it'll just make you look more awake. Just like make everything look a little bit more bright. So that's always good. Now we're gonna start moving on with the contouring, and this is gonna help bring out the dimension in your face. So what I like to use for contouring is actually a foundation stick. They have foundation sticks that you can use to contour if you just use a little bit darker color. Or you can use an actual contour stick. Like there are many products out there that are made specifically for contouring. I'm actually going to use the Tarte Clay Stick. It's an actual foundation stick, and it's in the color Deep Honey. So it's a pretty dark color for me. It looks like this. And I really like to go pretty dark with my contouring. So I like to go really light with my concealer and dark with my contouring. It's just a matter of preference. Again, I don't think that there are really any rules, just kind of what you feel like looks good on you. But because this color is so dark, I don't use a lot of it. So you'll see that I don't even go like from here to here. I'm pretty much gonna go just starting from here to about right here. And most people like to start from the hairline going down. If that works for you, great. But I'm just finding that going from here on up really kind of just works for me. Also, I found a really good dupe for this foundation stick, and like the color is so similar to this one. It's by Jordana, but of course when I started to film this video I could not find it anywhere. So I will find it and I will link it below because the colors are very, very similar. The only thing is that this one is a little bit more pigmented and it lasts longer, but the Jordana one is a fraction of the price and it works really well. So I will link that below. Okay, so now I'm just gonna add a little bit of this product, again, right to my cheek area. I like to do the fish face, some people don't. You gotta find out just what works best for you. Okay, so I just put a little bit of product on my cheek and a little bit on my forehead. Sometimes I don't even put it on my forehead. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day. But I definitely put focus on my cheek area. And to blend it out, I am using the Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush. Looks like this. And Morphe actually has a very similar one, the R6 brush. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it out, and I think one of the keys really to having a good contour is to blend, blend, and blend some more. It's really easy to get those harsh lines, so you wanna make sure that you take the time to blend out your contour. Yeah.
Hi guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna be in outtakes.
Oh, good. Okay, so now that we have applied the foundation stick and the contour, I put it all over my cheeks and a little bit on my forehead, and I made sure to blend out. Any product that I had left on my brush, I wiped on my hand just to kind of wipe off any excess product because, like I said, it does kind of go a long way. And I also wiped off any excess under my jawline just to kind of make sure that everything looks nice and blended. So again, like I said, I think a big step in contouring is to make sure that you blend, blend, and blend some more. Just take that extra time and you will thank me later. So now that we have done our cream contour, we need to make sure that we set it since it will crease throughout the day. For that, I am using the NYX 3 Steps to Sculpt powder, and I'm going to use this dark color right here. I'm going to use the Morphe M402 brush. It looks like this. It's just a really big, fluffy brush. And this is going to help set the contour, and it's also going to give me a little bit more color. So I don't want to use too much of this product because I already have a lot of the cream contour on. So just lightly kind of set this. Then for my nose, I'm going to use that same color, and I'm going to use a smaller brush. This is by ID Bare Essentials. I've had this brush for 1,000 years. And I just squeeze the bristles together, add a little bit of product, and start from about where my eyebrow ends all the way down to the tip of my nose, and just start making a little line and blending downward. And then I'm going to take my fingers and just blend it out some more, just to make sure we don't, again, have any of those harsh lines. So that's really all I do for my nose. Some people really go all out and they add cream contour, they add different shades, just to make their nose look a little bit smaller. But that's really all I do, and I feel like just doing that little bit makes a big difference. So you gotta just really figure out what works for you. Lastly, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some blush. Now, blush actually isn't technically part of the contouring process, but I found that if you use a little bit of a darker colored blush, then it kind of helps accentuate your contour even more. So since I like a really dramatic contour, I like to add a blush that's a little bit darker than what I would usually wear, and it just kind of brings out my cheekbones and accentuates my contour even more. So I'm using this palette by BH Cosmetics. It's the Nude Blush palette, and there's a color in here that I use probably almost every single day, and it's this one right here. It's just like a really dark pinkish rosé color, and I found that it really brings out my cheekbones and accentuates my contour. So I'm just going to use this angled brush. This is just a regular Sephora brush. Take some product and really just focus on my cheekbones, or actually the apples of my cheeks. So it just kind of gave my face a little bit more dimension and a little bit more color as well. It's just a final touch that I like to do. So as you can see, it makes a really big difference when you contour. It adds color to your face, it adds dimension to your face. It really sculpts your face and brings out the features that you like best. So hopefully you found this video useful. Hopefully it's a little bit easier for you to contour now. And I will see you in my next video. As I will have, as I will be having many videos, as I will be having many videos.